Alright guys, just getting set up real quick here as we get this stream going. Just kind of adjusting, making sure you guys are kind of in a decent place here. So far we really don't have anyone tuning in yet, but that's alright. Just gonna get kind of started here. So hello to all you Fire Alarm and Siren fans on YouTube. Is FS Thunderbolt Fan 1000 here with another Siren video. Today we had some parts come in the mail, SiraTone parts. So we will be getting going on fixing the SiraTone tone module. So this is the Federal Signal SiraTone tone module here. Revision B. I don't really know what revision A was when I was talking to Mr. Brasher online. He was saying that revision A was probably before Zimmerman Nuke Plant. Zimmerman Nuke Plant had SiraTones, as you know. So revision B was after. So on the board, there's many capacitors, transistors, and such. So I can go over a couple of the things. Yeah, so I don't really know when this board was from. I don't really see a date on it, but I think he figured out it was like from 84, 85-ish, according to the date codes on the chips here. So I'm not going to explain everything over here. It's kind of like your audio outputs, your counter, where you can tie a radio in for live voice. Up here is where you can tie in a different radio, because up here is where you would tie in like a Federal Signal radio if you had a wiring harness. Down here is if you would to tie it into like any other kind of radio. So you have your action comm and then all your action triggers. If you go up to this blue spot here, this is meant for a SiraTone card. So back in the day, you'd have like many different SiraTone cards. I think up to like at least TM32. So most commonly these ones were sold with chimes, but so I have a Federal Signal UTM I got online, Universal Tone Module. It also plugs right in to the blue card spot, and then that's how I get the SiraTone to do chimes and such. So that just plugs in right there, and then you can select each of the different tones with the dip switches on there. If I can just try to be gentle with it as I can. Alright, so this is the control front. Nothing really too crazy about it, just a bunch of wires and buttons and LEDs. So your signal A, signal B, and then P and U's all driven off the board here. So I can just kind of put that off to the side. So yeah, this thing's been having transistor problems. It was working great. As I said in a different video, it was working, then it decided not to work, and it blew up and made a weird smell. But I got it working. Like, the tone generation works fine on it still. It's just these two rotation pins, that's how I drive the amplifier to work. Right now, I do not get any, what should I say, like, it works, I get 24 volts out of it, but when the siren's not running, I still have 12 volts on those pins when there should not be 12 volts there still. It should be reading less than that, if any. So it leads me to believe that there's a transistor problem. So the SiraTone takes a couple different transistors. I'd have to look at the sheet here. But according to the sheet here with the schematic, the SiraTone takes an NPN 5296 transistor. That's your main transistor, transistor number 1 right here. So that's your voltage regulator. So it takes the 24 volts, and then I think it brings it down to like 18 or something like that. Next up is your NPN 3702s. I believe that is what I ordered there. Please do not mind my dad up there just complaining about going and getting chicken apparently. But that is actually what's in the mail right now on its way over. And then a TIS 290 TIS 92. So that's a whatchamacallit, the 92 TS92s are not made anymore, but a suitable replacement is the NPN 2N3904s, and I've actually gone through and changed out those transistors already. Lastly, the transistors that we will be changing out today are the NPN 2N2925 transistors. So yeah, the PNP 3702s are in the mail right now, on their way over. Alright, so without further ado, let's get soldering on this board here. So I'm probably going to have to keep grabbing different equipment as we get going here, because of, I don't have some of the stuff that I like to use. So I'm going to see if I can find it, but my mom likes cleaning down here a lot, and then she loses stuff. So, because I like to use the smaller pliers for getting the transistors out, but hopefully the one I have will work. So it's just like any soldering project, you need some electrical solder, you need some desoldering wick, and your transistors. So those ones won't be used today, but the other ones will be. So we're going to start off by removing transistor number 5, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 13, and 23. So let's just double check. I want to make sure that I have that right here before I get her going here. What are you getting?
Soda, man.
Yeah? How long did it take to get your stuff?
A long time.
Yeah. Alright, just trying to get in the camera. Alright, so just double checking my transistor sheet right now. Alright, I think I scrolled right past it. My apologies, guys, for how long this is taking. But I just want to be double checking that I got everything on here right versus doing something wrong and then having to go back and redo it later. But yeah, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 13, and 23 is going to be the 2N2925. So we're starting with number 4 here. So I'm going to quick pull up my schematic and see where transistor number 4 is located on the board. So that's going to be a symbol of a Q. And I can actually bring my computer over here and see if you guys can, see if we can just put you guys up on the computer here and look. So I'm looking for Q4 right here. And Q4 is right there, so it's going to be near IC3. So Q4, I have it located right here. And we will take it off and see what it looks like, see what we got. So I'm just going to take the computer back off to the side for now while we're waiting, while we're doing that. So this is just going to be a general video here because I don't know how long exactly it's going to take. So I find 4, and I go through to the back side. I just make sure that I have the right piece there. So with the SiraTone boards, they put some sort of protective coating on the boards when they're made. It's like a shellac or something, so you have to burn that off first before you get it going. So first, this thing's always clean the tip of the soldering iron. Don't want to get it all full of crud. Alright, I can see that I melted the solder there. Same, I'm just going to go with this pin here, this pin here. With this, it's always important to not damage the pads to the best of your abilities. And try and not get the solder to jump jump across either to a different pad. Otherwise you can really have some issues there then. Another thing you can always try and do too is force the pins out. The best you can. Because that can sometimes make things a little easier for us. But yeah, that's one thing that I hate about this board. Like, it's nice at the same time. Like, I'm guessing that, like, this protective coating was good for, like, with the high corrosiveness of the batteries. But the problem is, trying to service these boards. It's a real pain compared to if you're just able to get in there and get it done. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can find my clips here, because this is getting to be pretty annoying, so, and pretty aggravating at the same time, because, you know, we will go on a field trip to look through my tools, because I can't find my wire cutters. Unfortunately, apparently, if you don't know where something goes, you just kind of just shove it in Thomas's toolbox and then hope for the best. I guess this is kind of interesting because there's a bunch of Thunderbolt parts in here and such. I'm gonna go upstairs probably in a second here and see if I can find it up there, because I don't think I'm finding it down here, because yeah, it's a lot easier just to cut the ends off the thing, cut the ends off the transistor and keep her going that way. Alright, I'm gonna quick leave you guys here real quick. Now I'm gonna see if I can find that cutoff piece. Oh, well, guys, I found it. Apparently all my stuff was moved upstairs for some reason. But yeah, I got the cutter here. Not even upstairs, it was just all moved into a plastic bag, so I'm gonna have to kind of just sort through this stuff eventually and see what... Yeah, that should be fine. We should be able to work with that. Alright, so step one is we're just going to cut that transistor on here. Flip her back over. So Q4 is right here, so we're just going to cut it out. That way I can force the pins out. So I'm going to try and cut it as high up as possible. What do you want? Coke or what?
Yeah.
Alright, there you go. Alright, so we're just going to keep cutting across. Then we got it. Got it out. So, With this transistor, I believe it is a NPN, so it's going to be neutral, positive, neutral. So just to see if this was the one that's causing the issue, we will pull out Shinju. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming to the stream. So what I usually do is just put down a little piece of poster putty down. That'll help hold it in place. Then you can check for continuity. And it'll tell you if that one was there. So neutral, positive, nothing. Neutral, positive. Never mind, I think it's in resistance. Alright, that one might have been our issue. Possibly. Because I'm reading nothing here. So, what I'm going to do is, I just grab my little snippers here. Sean. Alright. Well, I don't know, I've seen it both ways, so I know I have some friends with the name spelled that way. I just didn't want to say it like that. So what I'm going to do is just heat this pin up, then pull down at the same time. And I should be able to get it out, in theory. Alright, got one pin out. And then usually what I do is I just clean it up with a little bit of desoldering wick. And then try not to get my head in the way, but if I do, my apologies. So once again, just reach up, see where it is on the board, where the next pin is. And my right hand is my dominant hand, so that's why I'm just kind of switching hands once I get it in position. Alright, that pin is out. And then my last pin, and then we'll just clean it up with a little bit of desoldering wick. So anything with electronics I've come to find is kind of just, it's a little bit of a slow process. Can't really get anything done really fast with it, so. Like I said, being careful not to damage the pads to the best of my ability here. Alright, that one's out. That one came out real nice. I don't think we're going to need to clean that one up. Let's see if I can take you guys off the stand here and show you. But, where's the hole? If I locate it with, yeah, look at that. Compared to the other ones, that one's clean out. But see what I mean? Like, you have a wire trace right next to it. You have to be really careful not to try and get any solder on there. Otherwise, you're going to screw up the board pretty bad. Then you have to try and get some desoldering wick in there, and it becomes a real pain. So now I'm just going to clean up a little bit with some desoldering braid. I always hear people complaining about the SiraTones, like, especially back on the board, back on the Siren board back in the day, about how they're such a pain and defects. Like, yeah, they're a pain, but once you get going with it, it's a good way to learn about electronics. Like, back before I got into the SiraTone and such, I wanted nothing to do with electronic sirens at all. But that's just kind of because I was afraid of them, and I didn't really know what I was doing at the time, so. Alright, I think that one looks pretty good. Alright. Next, I'm opening up my package of transistors. Just gonna double check. This is looking to be, it's gonna be a pretty long stream, so I guess once we get to be an hour in, we'll call it wherever we're at. If you guys want to keep watching on, we can continue on in a different video, but otherwise we can just let it be where it is. So once again, I'm just gonna get out my little piece of poster putty here. Yeah, so this was a NPN 2925, number 4. So I did order the right ones. That is also an NPN 2925. So that is good. I was a little concerned by the way it looked, but so on any transistor you have a collector, a base, and then a transmitter. So once again, I'm gonna just double check, make sure that the one I'm putting in actually works, because otherwise we'd be kind of doing all this for nothing here. So let me just double check. Alright, so I was doing it right. Alright, so we're just gonna turn our multimeter back on again. So once again, when checking a NPN, so it should be negative, positive, negative. In theory, maybe. Let me just double check with this one, because I'm 99% sure I'm doing it right here, so at least I think I'm doing it right. I'm just going to double check with another NPN transistor here. Oh, that was it. Alright, so I don't think I was applying enough force to it. Oh, this is a PNP. Let me check one thing here. I might have ordered the wrong... Please don't tell me I ordered the wrong. NPN 2925. This is a NPN 2925. Alright, yep. So, yeah, this is right. So, I just don't quite know what is going on there, but we'll roll with it. Alright, so flipping the board back over here. We will go to our spot where we pulled the last one out of, which is right here. Thomas. I think all the transistors are facing the same way. So I'm just going to trim a little bit of height off of these here. Because I don't want it being too tall. So then what I do is I just kind of grab it with the pliers here. Because I don't want to burn myself, slip and burn myself, because that would not be fun. And it just slides right in. On these ones, I'm not as concerned about the height as the ones near the UTM spot. Oops. Alright, I don't want my fingers smelling like chicken today. Alright, let me just look at the back side. Yeah. It's getting a little toasty there. Alright, now that we're on, just a little bit of solder there. Shall we get good connection? Tin the tip. Just let it run down. Boom, just so. Make sure we got a good connection on the back side. I don't like the way that that's looking though. Alright, there we go. Alright, 4's done. Success so far. Next we're going to go over to number 5, which is right up from 4, coincidentally. Which I also believe be a 2N2925. God, there's a lot of 2N2925s there on this board, so that's going to be a real fun one. This is real fun. I think we got enough time to do a couple more here yet. The SiraTone, the gift that keeps on giving. So 5 was right up from 4. Alright, I believe I found 5 here. Yep, that would be 5. So, I'm just going to start melting away that protective coating, like I said, is on here. Alright, next step is cut the old one out. Yeah, this board is a pain. When I eventually have to replace capacitor 10, that is also going to be a huge pain, so. Yeah, so this one here, if you can kind of see, it's got kind of an odd shape to it. That's a 2925, as is this one. So I'm guessing that this board must have had this style transistor before they went to this style. So, I don't know if Federal actually made these boards or whoever made these boards, but just some observations I have made since I've started doing this. I'm by all means not the electronic siren expert. I have done this for a little while. I got the electronic board working again, which is a little bit of a feat. I remember when I first got into sirens, people telling me how the electronics like starting on fire for no reason. And then I was able to find out that that was not the case. So that was a bit of a feat. I'm also going to try and make a post on the board eventually about the electronic. Both the boards, what I've noticed about them, what I've all learned, so that way I can share it with the rest of the community. So that way one day, hopefully, someone can look back and, you know, maybe appreciate what we've learned about it since figuring out about electronics and such. Wasn't able to quite get that pin out. I do a lot of what I do through the mindset of what would I have appreciated back when I first got into sirens, like what knowledge would I have liked to know back in the day compared to. And I know I get a lot of people aggravated when I say back in the day, because it's like, dude, you've been around for like, what, 10 years? There's people that have been doing it for a lot longer than I have, but 10 years is still a decent amount of time. Ooh, hopefully that is not what I think it is. Alright, I thought it was a pad, but it was not, so. Yeah, we are fine. That was not a pad. Just gotta be gentle with her. Yeah, I do not have a lot of the right equipment, but we make it work. Alright, then we pull out another 2N2925. Like I said, I like to leave them a little longer, so it gives me a little more room to work with it and such. Yeah, I should start an Amazon wish list, yeah. Yeah, at this point, yeah, it'd be nice. Hopefully I don't have to do too much more with electronic sirens once this one's over. Like I said, we did an electronic board for a city once. Back when we didn't know much about the electronics and such, so I was able to figure out some stuff about it, but we didn't figure out a lot of it, so we ended up just putting a spare board in that unit. We don't have that board. The city took it back, but if they really want If they want an old electronic board, more power to them, I guess. Alright, that one is in there nice and good. Once again, a little solder, clean the tip. Yeah, I actually got a new soldering iron, but this one works better than that one because that one's kind of broken. Came broken, so I'm going to have to talk to Weller. Ooh, that was too much solder. There we go, this is a little bit better. Let's do this end one first. There we go, that was a beaut. There we go. That looks good to me. Let me just flip her around. And that looks good. Alright, there is 4 and 5. What are we at with time? We're at about 37 minutes. So let me just read through the comments on the wish list. Well, I do have some solder wick. And that's, I clean up the holes after I pull it out with that. It's just kind of some crappy solder wick. But, so I just did 4, 5. Let me see what the next one is. 4, 5, 6. Number 6. Should be pretty easy to tell which one is number 6, I don't think, huh? Three I changed out. 2 is gonna have to get changed out eventually, huh? Two was on that list, wasn't it? Yeah, 2 is, oh, 2 is a different style, huh? Well, I guess we'll figure that one out when it comes time to pull it out, but, let's see what the next one is here on our list here. So 6, so we will look for number 6, 13, 7, 8, 6. Here is 6, right here. Let me just read. 29, 25. Alright, that is a 29, 25. It appears as 8 is a different one, which I kind of figured. Seeing that is right next to the rotation pins, hopefully that's the one that is causing us the issues. Alright, let me do some looking here. Alright, so it's gonna be these ones right here. Just 7's right there, I think. Heat it up a bit. Put some solder wick down there. Maybe. So let's soak it up. Just gotta do the other side. And it appears as if it sucked up most of the solder. Next one here. Hopefully you can see a little bit, maybe. if you are a city that is watching this and you have a SiraTone, I guess one of the questions you have to ask yourself is it just more worth it to just upgrade compared to doing this, you know? It's not like the SiraTone is whatchamacallit. It's not like it is the EOS series is capable of running on any controller, so it's not like once you get if you want to do a board swap on it, it's not like you can't keep using the unit. Alright, I pulled that one out. The 2N295. Another dead transistor. Around number 3, which is pretty good in 40-ish minutes. That's pretty good timing. So, yeah, once you get going, you kind of just start cooking. It's just get back in the swing of things. I haven't done anything with this board in a while, so... Usually I try to listen to some music or something, but given that it's YouTube and they got their bots listening for copyright infringement of music, can't really listen to music, so otherwise we'd probably have to deal with the bots, and that's no fun. Alright, this little pin is being a little bit difficult, so we're just going to have to heat it up and pull it out right there. There we go. It's a little warm, but not bad. Used to the heat. It's probably funny for some of you that are actually listening to this, just hearing me ramble on about stuff. These videos are always able to be watched after the live stream. So, this is a video that you guys can watch at any time. I know with this whole coronavirus thing going on, people have a lot of free time, so maybe you can learn something here. So like I said, I'm pulling out transistors right now. Because I believe that to be our root cause of the problem with the SiraTone. And, like I said, if you see me doing something, doesn't mean that I'm doing it right. Like that. That was kind of a slip. I do not have all the right answers. So I'm probably actually doing this probably fairly wrong, so this is just some ways of encouragement showing that you guys can indeed fix SiraTones. It's just a real pain. The electronic has probably about half the parts. It's a very simplistic design, but it's a very limited siren compared to the SiraTone. Like, I see guys fighting like, oh, Federal Signal's better, oh, ACA is better. They each have their advantages and disadvantages. And this is one of the SiraTone is that it's a little difficult to fix. No, I am not sure where this board is from. It's somewhere in Oklahoma, but that's about the extent of that I know. No, we're gonna have to get in there with some desoldering wick and try and get in there. Any more comments? If anyone has any CERN-related questions, feel free to ask. I will be here all week. On the electronic to get high-low working, I'm gonna have to, whatchamacallit, I'm gonna have to replace a chip on it, which is gonna be a real pain. So I don't really know how to remove a chip without damaging the board, so if anyone has any ideas, feel free to let me know. Did I get it? Oh, probably not. Nope, it is still in there. Not quite sure what I'm getting stuck on here, but... Oh, there it is. Yeah, that was funky. But that, cleaned it right out. That hole is nice and clean at this point. So I'm going to take this old tool here, clean up the rest of the holes a little bit. This middle one doesn't look too bad. This other one, on the other hand, is a little bit worse shape. Alright, that is good enough. Alright, we're going to pull in another 2N295. You're really going to town here. So it'll probably be our last one of the night here. 3 is not too bad. 3 out of 8, I think. So I think the UTM kind of comes in this spot, so I'm going to have to be real careful with how long I leave these leads. As with every electronic part I order, I always order extras of each. So I may have some left over. Probably not enough to build another SiraTone, but a decent amount left over. Zoom back into the action here. So you can kind of see what I'm doing. Alright, clean, clean. Pick it up a little bit here. Alright, she's in. Double check with the back side. You need to come down a little more here. Alright, just ooh, that is a bummer. I'll have to try and polish this up a little bit here. Do a little bit better of a job of setting her in. This will probably be our last one for the day here. Alright, now in theory that should be good. Alright, we got continuity. Sweet. Alright, well that's pretty much it for today, guys. That is a long enough video. 55 minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a little bit of the SiraTone, kind of fixing it. A little bit of understanding about electronics and such, and how some of these electronic sirens work. As always, guys, thanks for watching. With this whole coronavirus thing going on, make sure you guys wash your hands a lot and kind of practice the social distancing. I have many playlists of siren videos and such. If you guys want, you can sit, watch. I try to monitor my YouTube channel, so any questions you guys have about any siren-related stuff, as you can see between electronic sirens and regular electromechanical sirens, I tend to know quite a bit about each. So, that is pretty much it, guys. Like I said earlier, thanks for watching, and stay safe.